Hey traders, welcome back to another daily profit and loss recap video. Today is Thursday, September 7th. I just finished up trading for the morning and I locked in $616 in profits with one single trade in the stock WHLR. And in this video, we're going to break down why I got in and out of this trade at the prices that I did. We're going to talk a little bit about the technical analysis behind the trade and the thought process behind the trade so that hopefully you can take something from my trading and apply it to your own. Alright, so let's go ahead and not waste any time. This is going to be a pretty quick video, being that this was, of course, my only trade for the day. But with WHLR, this was the top percent gainer this morning heading into the market open. It was gapping up, had a very strong move in the pre-market session. And if we take a look here at the Market Master Group, there were only a few other stocks that were gapping up with, any significant momentum or any significant volume. And that was SASI and ASXC. I personally was not super interested in those stocks because I tend to trade stocks in the $1 to $10 price range. Anything underneath $1 per share just moves a little bit differently and is not kind of what I prefer to trade. So with that being said, this was one of my top watches this morning going into the market open for a gap and go. Now, if we take a look at the opening range breakout levels for this stock, this is what I was looking for. We can see the high of the first 3 minutes of price action up here is going to be $8.88. So we get a very brief breakout there that pretty much immediately gets rejected back down. It hits a high up here after breaking out at $9.42. So there was room for a quick small scalp on that breakout, but that was not a trade that I got into. I missed out on that initial breakout and it probably worked out in my favor since it didn't hold on to those gains. But all of that being said, about 30 minutes to 45 minutes later, we can see it started to consolidate a little bit down here in the 740s to 770s really. And what I was noticing at the time that I posted in the Market Master group is that the selling volume was getting weaker and weaker into each one of these new lows. So I was keeping an eye on it for a quick squeeze through the $8 level. So typically speaking, if a stock is breaking down to new lows, it would be beneficial for the sellers to see increasing volume into those new lows. So since we have a little bit of a volume divergence, meaning that the price is making new lows, but the volume is getting weaker and weaker into those lows, that to me was a good indicator that we can see this start to reverse back to the upside. So I took a starter position of 1,000 shares right at the same time that I posted that in the group in the 770s, and I locked in some quick profits into this very quick spike up here into the VWAP. So the question that a lot of traders are probably going to have here is, how did I know to sell into the VWAP? How did I know that it was not going to run to 9 plus? I was simply watching the price action. I was looking at the volume profile. I was looking at the volume itself. And I was noticing that all of the volume was traded for the most part in the $8 to $9 range. So if it was going to pick up and start squeezing through $9 per share, we would have wanted to see much stronger volume come in at the time of that breakout than the volume that was actually coming in. So that to me was a good sign that this was probably not going to hold on to the gains. On top of that, the opening range breakout level here was going to turn into an area of resistance most likely. So my thought process was it was worth it to just lock in those quick profits. And then if it was able to start holding above the VWAP there, that would be a good sign to then rebuy those shares for that push up to $9 or higher. Okay, so the interesting thing about this trade that I want to point out is that I was buying in the 770s and my risk level was down here using this morning low, which was $7.42. So I was only risking a little bit over 30 cents per share on this trade, or $300 in total. And I knew that getting into the trade, I was going to be locking in my profits into that area, which was over 60 cents away from my entry, making the reward on this trade 2 times the overall risk. And that is kind of the ideal setup for a trade. So even though this wasn't necessarily an A+ trade setup, to me it was still a trade that was worth taking just because the risk was so low when compared to the profit potential. Alright, so anyway, that was my one trade that I've closed out of today so far. I do want to mention that I am in a starter position in Verb, VERB. This was a stock that was in the trade plans overnight for the Market Master group, and it was pulling back into this high volume area on the volume profile. Those levels often become areas of support and resistance, so I was just looking for a dip buy into that area for a rebound back to 2 plus, and I am still holding on to some shares with my risk level being underneath 150 and my target being up here near $2 per share. I will keep you guys updated on this trade in tomorrow's video once I actually close out of this trade, but for now, that was my only trading for the day, and I locked in $616 in profits. I hope you found some value in this video and from me recapping my trades. If you did, please make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you want to hear about these stocks that I'm trading in real time, as well as work with our team of traders, get access to our day trade and swing trade alerts, our detailed trade plans, our live custom scanner streams, and so on and so forth, all of that can be found in the Market Master group. There's going to be a link down below in the description for you to get signed up. But anyway, thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and good luck with your trading.